Clickbait, 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 clickbait. That's what they spend millions of dollars on. These companies, they become more and more advanced on getting your attention, getting you to apply. There are two really big scams out there and drivers are falling for it over and over again. I'm going to show you in this video so you won't fall for it, okay? There are a lot of drivers working for 40 and 45 cents per mile because they didn't watch a video like this. So this will show you and teach you stay the hell away from these jobs. Number two, there are some really bad lease purchase programs out there, and with two simple rules, you won't fall for those either. So let's get started with the video. Number one, how in the world do drivers get lured into working for 40 and 45 cents per mile? I'll tell you how. You see these ads over here that pay a gross commission to a driver. This was all nice and dandy when people were working for $3 and $4 per mile, maybe sometimes even $5 per mile. Today, that is not the case. Very simple math. The national average today is $2.10 per mile, okay? If you are working for 25% of gross, today's national average is $2.10 per mile. If you are working for 25% of gross, you are getting paid 52 cents, 52.50 per mile. Now, sometimes and more frequent than not, okay, we are forced as trucking companies to take a load just for the sake of taking a load. And those rates can be at $1.80 and $1.90 and $1.95 just to get that driver out of a certain location, which is a dead zone. Well, guess what? When you are doing a load for $1.80 and $1.90, 25% commission of that is 45 cents per mile. Now, there has been months like an October or like a January when rates are really bad and your average for the month is $2 per mile or $2.02 per mile. Then guess what? The driver that's working on commission is actually getting 47, 49 cents per mile. There should be absolutely no reason why a company driver should care about rates, okay? One that has nothing to do with the other, and a driver should never be working on a compensation package unless there is a plateau or there is the lowest point. So for example, if you're under a contract where you get paid gross, it's okay as long as you never go under the 60 cents per mile, or as long as you never go under the 65 cents per mile. You as a company driver can find a job out there paying you 65 cents per mile with your eyes closed. And if you're in Illinois or Wisconsin or, you know, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, you should be able to find 70 cents per mile and 75 cents per mile. I've seen it and I've stumbled upon ads that are 80 cents per mile, okay? You should be able to get really good high paying jobs. So why do I constantly get in my sessions drivers that are making 50 and 55 cents per mile? I don't get it. I mean, stability is great and I hear that, but there's no reason why you should be making less than 65 cents per mile. Now, I understand that the ads are awesome and I understand that you're getting a feed every single day on Facebook, on your social media platforms, because we as trucking companies, we know how to target you and retarget you and make sure that when you are when you're going from one website to another website, we pay these ads to follow you for every website that you go, and eventually you're going to fall for it. But make sure, guys, do not fall for the jobs that pay you under commission or gross commission unless there is a minimum. You should not be making anything less than 60 or 65 cents per mile. Now, also, guys, don't forget, we as trucking companies, we do A/B testing, so we know what works and what doesn't work, and we work the hell out of it. Meaning that when we do an A/B testing, so we'll put one ad in front of your face, and then we'll put a second ad in front of your face, and we'll see how many drivers responded to ad number one. So we take a group of 100 and we see how many times they respond to this ad. And then we take a second group of 100 drivers and we see how many times they respond to this ad. So if ad number one is successful, then we use ad number one. And then we become even more creative and we do another A/B testing and we compare it to another one until we perfect the hell out of it. Our click rates are unbelievable and people are responding nonstop. And that's what we get with our targeted ads for truck drivers, okay? So don't get fooled by all these ads that keep popping up in front of your face. Don't be stupid. Now, the second thing, okay, these have been perfected. My God, how many drivers are falling for this in the US? And it's really bad in the US because I'm stumbling upon it and I see just how many drivers are working in these horrible predatory lease agreements where they are giving you a truck, and a lot of the times they advertise walk away lease agreements. What's with the walk away? I don't get it. Why would anybody want to walk away from a lease agreement. When I buy myself a car, I'm not walking away from buying a car. When I buy a house, I don't want to walk away from buying a house. Why is it that there's this whole bubble around walk away lease agreements? You know why? Because the finance company and the trucking company that's giving you these walk away things, that's who makes all the money. And you know who suffers? And you know who's at the end of it all? The truck driver that never gets to keep his own truck, and the driver that never gets to own his own asset. That's what the system is built around, and it's really bad, and you guys need to wake up and see what's going on out there, okay? All these leasing companies, they're all in it for a financial gain, and the drivers that are paying these monthly fees, these rental fees, they are outrageous, okay? To pay $1,000 a week on a truck, I mean, my God, what's going on? I mean, you know how much you have to work non-stop in order to pay these fees? So who's making the money? The finance companies making the money, the fuel companies are making the money, the warranty companies are making the money, and guess who doesn't make the money? The driver in the US that falls for this nonsense. That's the one who doesn't make the money. You know, people start leaving good things. Like, for example, when there are companies out there that say that you have to put a deposit or a down payment on a truck, everybody runs the other way. No, I don't want to give you a deposit. When a dealership is telling you that, you know, you have to put 25% down, no, I don't want to put 25% down. But when a company is screwing you outright, week in and week out, but you don't have to put any money down, everybody runs towards it. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, if you can't afford to be an owner operator, then don't. Continue being a company driver. But this whole dream and this whole nonsense that they sell you on, this lease purchase programming, having a status of being an owner operator, that's just a load of crap, and I can't stand it anymore with all these ads that I'm stumbling upon. And whenever I do a search, you know, I get more ads following me, and trucking companies, all the time I see their ads on these lease purchase programs, and they are so invested in them about finding drivers, and they're selling it and preaching it as if, don't worry about it, you can walk away anytime. Well, I want you to know, the ones that say that you can walk away anytime, they're the ones that also are going to push you out of their lease agreement because they don't want you to ever finish it. Okay, and when your 3 years is up or your 4 years is up, at your 2.5-year mark, they will start pushing another truck down your throat. But at the end of the day, there are drivers that I meet that have been in this vicious cycle for 8, 9, and 10 years. It has to stop. And that's why there's a task force right now put in place by the FMCSA, because they are sick and tired of hearing about all these drivers getting sucked in and lured in. So guys, listen to some of these videos, okay? Enough is enough. If you have a question, if you'd like to send me, you know, documents on a lease agreement, feel free to send it to me. I'll be more than happy to give you my opinion, or give this channel my opinion. Another thing that you need to spot on red flags of a lease purchase program is you have to understand that the purchase price that you're buying the truck, I mean, you can't just rent something for $1,000 a week or $900. You need to take a fair market value of a truck. So if you're leasing a 2021 or a 2022, the fair market value today is at $70,000 or $75,000. Do you know what these walkaway lease agreements do? They stiff you for $150,000 for a $65,000 or $75,000 truck. So in closing, guys, it breaks my heart to see so many people out there in the US, and I meet a lot of truck drivers, and I'm in touch with over 7,500 truck drivers, to tell you the truth. And a lot of them are constantly being looped into this vicious cycle of never owning their own equipment. I really hope that one day you will own your own equipment. I really hope that that ownership is going to be on your name, and there's certain ways to do it in the proper steps in order for you to become a proper owner operator where you own your own equipment. I'm looking out for you guys, and I'm trying to bring insight to a lot of you out there on the things that I see, these predatory lease agreements that I see out there, and these horrible jobs where they're luring drivers to work under commission, where company drivers should absolutely never work on commission out there. So hopefully you're enjoying this channel. Hopefully you're learning something from this channel, whether it's from our booking loads videos, or whether it's from our pay comparison videos, our educational videos, whether you're enjoying from just the knowledge from this channel. We have a huge variety of playlists for you guys to look at, okay, to educate yourself, to become more knowledgeable, to understand what in the world is happening in our industry. And that's what this channel was created for. Well, hopefully you're learning something from it. I'm Ronen. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. I'm Ronen, Ronen, and I'll catch you in my next video.